Hello, this is Ullas Acharya here from Tokyo. Since we have been discussing about Bharat growth in GDP and FDI and all, I thought probably I should share some information, and I gathered some of the pointers from SNS. Thanks for the data suppliers and appreciate your information as well. Just would like to share some light on the GDP figures and some interesting facts about Japan. Okay, basically, we see that we have reached $4 trillion. Our forex revenue has reserves has reached $680 billion and increasing, and uh, Maharashtra has been leading in terms of procuring the FDI. You may be wondering why I'm bringing Maharashtra into this, but please allow me some time to explain it to you. Okay, I'm trying this to keep it small so that it's easy for all of us to see in few minutes. Okay, and trust me, this particular growth of Maharashtra as well as Bharat is worth praising, and kudos to India and vision of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Okay, so but I mean, if you look at this, this is the last decade you can see, and Japan and India, they have been chasing each other. So if you see this in 1937, Bharat was $13 billion, Japan was $14 billion. That continued till 1951 here, where Bharat was a little bit lagging compared to Japan, and Japan took over us in 1951. And then Japan continued as it is, and in 1990s they became the $3 trillion economy. Now Bharat has achieved a lot in last 11 years. If you look at this, our growth between 2007 to 2014 was just a $1 trillion. However, we grew to $2.15 trillion in the last 11 years. So this is amazing. This is really real great growth, and kudos to Modi ji and Team India that they have achieved this in a very small time frame. Okay, 11 years is not that big time frame when it comes to growing the economy. Okay, now, but having said that, as I said, here is something very interesting. Okay, that if you look at India, our Bharat's population is 1.4 billion, 1.14 billion people. Okay, we are 10 times bigger than Japan. We are 9 times bigger in terms of population of Japan. And here is the twist. This is the reason I'm saying why I can't compare Maharashtra with Japan. Japan's population is 123 million. Maharashtra population is 125 million. Okay, now if you look at the land size of Japan and land size of Maharashtra, it's roughly equal. Okay, 377k square kilometer and 307k square kilometer. Out of that, if you look at this here, only 16% of the land in Japan is utilizable, which is 60 square kilometers, and in Maharashtra, on the other hand, it is 60% of the land, which is 184k square kilometer. So with this level of land availability, Japan has reached a fifth GDP, and if Maharashtra can put up efforts, I trust and I have a strong belief that we can very well go into the same category as well. Okay, so this is the reason I am comparing Maharashtra with Japan. Okay, and I'm pretty sure there is enough strength in Maharashtra and potential that can take Maharashtra to the $1 trillion economy in a short while. Okay, so let me just give you some more perspectives here. Okay, this all these figures we know that Japan is $3.94 trillion, blah blah blah. But here is the interesting part. Indian growth is 6.8. On the other hand, Japan growth is only 1.2%. Here is something very interesting that Bharat, we have Maharashtra, whose economy is 550 billion US dollars, which is worldwide ranking of 25th, close to Ireland and close to Thailand. Okay, so with this the growth what we have is 8.5%. I'm pretty much sure that we can very well grow fast and then reach the targets that what Modi ji and Fadnavis ji is probably looking for. Here are other aspects, like there are only 32 cars for 1,000 people in India. On the other hand, Japan has 591 cars. Bharat has the largest network of rail. However, Japan is not lacking its fifth largest metro network, okay, and railway network. Metro, if you compare it with Tokyo, and then it's equivalent to Delhi plus Mumbai. 13 lines are there in Japan. On the other hand, there are 10 lines in Delhi and 3 lines in Mumbai. So this is basically the comparison I was trying to share. Now, if you look at the currency share, in the worldwide share, only we have 1% as Bharat's currency utilized. On the other hand, Japan has 3.4%. So it's not like apple to apple comparison. It's basically where I think some of the information is back and forth. We are very much ahead of Japan when it comes to the agriculture. Okay, we are third largest in terms of agriculture growth. Okay. Now, continued with this, basically, here is something, another interesting aspect, okay, that Bank of Korea did a research and found that Japan has 300,046 companies with a legacy or history of running them for more than 200 years, and 21,000 companies with a history of more than 100 years. Okay, this is the legacy. This is the manufacturing mindset. This is how they build their economy. Okay, that day-to-day growth, understanding the market, taking it forward. And this, again, I say, it's with the only minimum land that they have, 16%. The practical utilization of land is to the maximum that is possible. And look at this in terms of the productivity. Look at this in terms of how the economy has been maintained and kept here. Okay, and not to say that Japanese companies are very much ethical, and then they're doing the business globally on the same terms. Okay, well, there are always exceptions. I'm not denying the fact over that. The interesting part continues even in terms of services as well. That Japan, we know that when bullet train was deployed in 1964, its speed was 220 kilometers per hour, but in 2025 it's 285 kilometers per hour. Okay, not only with the bullet train, because we are still going to we will be seeing the bullet train in a short while. In terms of internet speed, it's recently Japan tested 402 Tbps, and this is equal to 1.6 million times faster than the average US broadband. Okay, which is equivalent to 50,000 HD movies downloading in 1 second. Okay, so this is how the mighty internet speed that these guys are trying to achieve. Again, the legacy of Osaka airport, where last 34 years since 1994, they have basically not missed a single bag. Okay, so which is far better than even the Six Sigma. Okay, so not even a single error in 300 million bags. Similarly, the Tokyo University has developed a solar panel based out of titanium, which is 1,000 times efficient over the traditional solar panel. Okay, so these are some interesting things which are happening in Japan. Now, along with that, I would like to definitely share that India, Bharat is also evolving. Okay, we are way ahead in terms of digital living. Our farming and other sector is coming and supported by AI and drones. Our cost of manufacturing is coming down. Our space technology is improving, and we are putting a lot of efforts there. Our high resolution cameras, high resolution satellites are being placed in the weather forecasting. Our defense mechanism has come way forward. Kudos to Indian companies like Bharat Forge and ISRO and so on. We have seen that lot of big leap of UPI as well. Now here's I would like to say something in terms of not how much, but basically how do we take it forward going in terms of growing the economy. Okay, it should be a process. It should be a repeatable thing so that the rest of the states can manage it. So I said, I mean, my understanding is that if Maharashtra, Gujarat, UP, and Karnataka, if they take a little bit of load and then grow themselves in terms of industry, in terms of farm and others, uh, pharma as well as agriculture also, we could be very much reaching in multi-trillion economy if each one takes couple of trillion. Okay, we have been here in the shadow economy in the third position. I think we should have a little bit lower ranking. That is much more, I think, good for in terms of economies. Okay, then we have to have the strong MSMEs. I think that's where I think our Modi ji and even Fudhanvis ji is putting the efforts. But this is where Japan has the strongest MSME with them. Okay, they have big anchor companies. But again, that's the biggest difference we have. We have a couple of anchor companies like Tata, then Mahindra, Reliance Group, and so on. Again, we tend not to resolve the root problems, but we focus on jugaad, which is good, not bad, to take the things forward. However, the thing is, there should be a permanent solution to a permanent problem or a big problem. Again, when it comes to US versus India comparison, our biggest companies are in $1 billion. On the other hand, even the smallest company in America is in $1 trillion. Okay, so I'm not criticizing and not saying basically what is good and bad, but just trying to give you some more perspective. We should not be happy where we are. We should be going forward and grow together so that the economy is sustainable and doable. Now, in order to sustain the economy, I believe that it's not just only the process, but the harmony that is what is required. In order to grow the economy, we need to have peace, we need to have a law and order, we need to have a market which is gelled together. Okay, then need to focus on the population support, because we know in earlier eras we had a very big, like, I mean, three kids per house was the normal norm. So fertility rate was very good, and if you look at it now, 2011 onwards, the fertility rate has gone down. Definitely, it's going to create a challenge in terms of the labor and other things. However, saying that the healthy population is very important, so we have to have something, elderly population support schemes currently develop and plan, so that the senior citizens can contribute to the society in a healthy way. Again, the self-reliance that Modi ji has been insisting, it's very much important and required. Okay, so the balanced growth is very much required in terms of overall growth of India, as well as holistic growth. Like, otherwise, if we have a elderly population, we don't have proper fertility rate, then we'll face the challenges that Japan and China is facing right now. So I think looking down 30, 40, 50 years, we need to see that there is a enough population, market, force available for our growth engine to continue. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Maharashtra.